Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match reaction. West Ham United 2, Everton 0. Another defeat for Everton. I think that's 11 in the last 14 games now. Won 3 games in 20. And another very, very disappointing performance. Really, the first 20 minutes was all right, I guess. And then once West Ham scored, it was game over. You got it, fractions, isn't it? Bowen looked offside to me. But it looked very, very tight. Once they took the lead, it was game over. And the team just looks like it doesn't know what it's doing. And after 20 games in a season, that is a terrifying position to be in. The manager brought Yerry Mina into the side. We played a 3-5-2 formation. But it just right now, anything Frank Lampard tries to do just seems almost pointless. Nothing seems to be able to get a reaction out of these players. They don't carry a real threat at the top end of the pitch. And in that first half, like I said, the second goal, Tarkowski, why is he going to ground on Antonio there? Why isn't he not just running with him, stride for stride, and holding him up? Goes to ground, nearly gets back and gets a block in. It deflects up and Bowen's got a tap in. In between that, Everton were very close to being awarded a penalty at 0-0. Ogbonna arm down. The only thing I can think is that it hit his shirt on his arm because he motioned towards the ball. That is more of a penalty than some of the things you see where the ball just hits them on the hand. But Everton offered nothing really in the final third. The Wobie hit the post just before the first half ended. Declan Rice flicked onto a post with Fabianski beaten. That might have got Everton a bit of a foothold in the game. In the second half, the manager made a couple of changes at half-time, took Seamus Coleman and Vitaly Michalenko off, put McNeil and put a Wobie to wing-back, and brought Tom Davies on. And Tom Davies, actually, I thought did all right. Second half, thought he got on the ball and got us playing a little bit. But there's just nothing in the final third. I feel sorry for Dominic Calvert-Lewin because he is literally feeding off scraps. We don't create anything of note for him. He's thrown himself at a couple of crosses and hasn't been able to get on the end of them. But we just don't create anything. And the biggest worry to me, well, apart from not winning games of football and now, only an Aston Villa win. At one stage we were at the bottom of the league, but Villa obviously winning the game. Ollie Watkins made sure Everton didn't finish the weekend rock bottom. The worrying thing for me is we just don't even look like a team. We look like there's no organisation. The structure's not very good. The players don't seem to have any way of playing in that final third. There's no invention. There's no little patterns of play that create chances for us. Everything is all... It feels like it's all off the cuff, and we haven't got very good players who are off the cuff. Obviously, Arnaud Danjuma is coming in on loan till the end of the season. He must have a set on him to come and want to be part of this. There's 18 games to go. I don't know if that's it for Frank Lampard. I mean, there's a 2-week break now, and if they're going to make the decision on him, then it should be now. If they're going to back him, then come out and back him and leave him, till the end of the season. But if they're going to decide to part ways with him, it has to be now. Get the new manager in and give him some time before the Arsenal game. Do not let this drag on and on and on for days before we play Arsenal. There's 18 games to go, and it's going to take a huge and unlikely turnaround for Everton to survive this season and stay up. It really is. The board of Everton have thrown away 9 games. I think it is. It might even be more than that now. 9 or 10 games this season where instead of going and getting reinforcements in the areas we needed, we've asked about with it. We allowed 5 in August to just pass by when we didn't have a centre forward, and we've done it again this window. So those games, you win 3 of those games, Everton are in the top half of the table, and that's the fact that it's on their conscience that we just haven't moved quick enough and we haven't done the right things. It's been so poorly run that Kevin Thelber's probably having to do a very difficult job with no money. Second half, Everton were better than they were in the first half in terms of playing the ball. And like I say, Tom Davies got on the ball a lot more. But there wasn't enough from Alex Iwobi. There wasn't enough from Damari Gray. Onana was loose with his passing, where he was tremendous last week. He was loose with his passing this week. It was too hit and miss. Garner forced a good save out of Fabianski. But to be honest, it really was, you know, too little, too late. Jordan Pickford made a brilliant save to stop it going 3-0. And West Ham were good value for the win. And you know, they're climbing the table. Big win for David Moyes. It was their first win since October as well. But for Everton, still looking for a first victory since October the 22nd. Don't play again till February. It's a horrific run. It's a pathetic run. And we are in huge trouble. We'll have to wait and see what they do with it. Man of the match, I'm going to give it to Tom Davies. I don't think anybody else had a good game. I'm not saying he was amazing and people can say what they want, but he come on at half time and tried at least to get Everton moving the ball around, and he threw himself into a couple of tackles. So, listen, it could have been anyone or no one. I could have actually just gone nobody. I'm going to say Davies. That's it for the match reaction. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you later.